this building was built in 1853 as a schoolhouse, and it was one of, oh, I don't know, 12 or something, but then sometimes there were 12, and once there were 14, and then, well, by the time it closed in 1955, there were 4. And in 1955, they built the regular school, the elementary school, up to about a half mile from here on the South Road, and it took over all, you know, because the kids got bused. Right. So this fell to disrepair and was finally given to the society, and the society repaired it. This was in 1985, and in 86 they were ready to be the Readfield Historical Society. These 3 desks here are original to the building.
So these were in the school when the school was still in operation?
Yeah, oh yeah. The rest of them we have solicited from the town because I wanted to redo the schoolroom. And we have enough folks still alive who could guide us in that too. And they were able to tell us where the, you know, how the desks were and where the teachers sat, and you know what that cupboard was for, and that kind of stuff. It was neat. It really was.
What is that cupboard for?
The tin cups that the kids used to drink water came from here, came out of here. Each kid had his or her own name, and then there was a big, one of those pottery things with a spigot that sat on this. I don't think this was here. Sat on this, and then the kids could get water. Because we did not get running water in this whole building until about 3 years ago. And that let us have a real toilet that flushed. So here's our museum. It also used to be a schoolroom. The older kids were up here. We have a section of businesses, Readfield businesses, that used to be. This used to be a hopping place, and then it kind of declined. And
what types of businesses were they?
There were 2 business centers, really. This one centered around here, around the railroad. So it would be, the farmers would bring their milk, and cream and butter and whatever. Grain would go one way or the, you know. Blacksmith shop was here. What else was here? There were stores, you know, provision stores, like grocery stores and hardware stores, but everything's all together.
Like a general store? Yeah,
yeah. So there was that. And then in Factory Square, which is about 2 miles that way, west, in Factory Square, oh yes, there was at least one woolen mill, there was a cheese factory, there was a boot mill, there were a couple of grist mills because fairly active stream runs through there. What else did they have? A carriage factory, which made that carriage. And other businesses, I can't remember right now, but yeah. Because it was a large farming area, while you've got your camera pointed that way, this is our farming exhibit so far. We have to hang the yoke up, but we're always fixing. And because it was a large farming area, the Grange was very active. Now, in case you don't know, the Grange was all over the Northeast. It was also into the Midwest somewhat. And each town seemed to have one. They were like farmers' clubs. And every month they would get together. They would learn the latest farming methods to increase production, you know, or to keep their animals safer, free from disease, whatever. Again, increase production. And they would also have socials during that meeting. They would sing, they would do little plays, they would read little scraps of poetry. They also had fierce competitions between granges at the county fairs, for instance. And you see all the ribbons
Right.
that the Readfield Grange won at the different county fairs, or at the different fairs, agricultural fairs. And this rug is rather special. It's a hooked rug, punch needle rug, but you call it a rug. And it was done, we don't know. We don't know who did it, we don't know about when, but we were told by an expert who lives in town that it was possibly between 1920 and 1930.
Okay.
And it possibly was done for a competition, but she had never seen another one like it, a Grange rug like that.
So was this rug made by one of the members?
We imagine it must have been, because probably no one else would make it for the Grange unless they were a member. And and you can see this type of punch needle method, it was explained to me that it's done from the back. So the lady who was doing it must have gotten distracted, because P of H is patrons of husbandry, and P period of, whoops, she got the period on the wrong side of the H because she was doing it backwards. So that kind of makes it unique. We don't know of any other hooked rug in the state that's for the Grange. So there it is.
One of these past members of the Grange?
Yes, yes. And it goes in the vault every winter. It is a wedding gown from 1858, I believe it is, and it was from the Fogg family, big family in town. And it was worn by a whole bunch of Fogg ladies down through the ages. And they didn't have to wear white, you know. And it's amazing dressing this mannequin, because there are so many little hooks and eyes, and this has to be done before that, and God, no wonder they needed help getting dressed. But it's a beautiful, beautiful dress. It's apparently watered taffeta or something like that. And I admit I haven't a clue how to really take care of it, so we're just very nice to it.
Right.
This is our home and family area, and Victrola, which works, and the beautiful Singer sewing machine, which someone left in the transfer station when it was still a dump, and they called us and said, "Do you think you might like this for the Historical Society?" Oh yeah, I guess. And all the attachments, sewing machine attachments, were still with it.
And someone put this in the transfer station?
Well, they didn't tip it, you know. They left it hoping somebody would take it, and so we did. It was great. It was very nice. It's not expensive antique furniture.
It's historic.
It's historic, and it belongs, for sure. Our student interns, one picked making this into a uniform room. Mostly he focused on the military uniforms. We have others also, and I think we're going to weave them into it. Summer has run out, and we have to catch up with this either in the fall or next year. But it's, if you'd like to come in, it's a narrow little room. This is it's wool, by the way, a Navy uniform from, I don't want to make a fool of myself here, I can't remember which World War, but it's one of those with the 13 buttons, so the gentleman really had to think about things way in ahead before he had to go. And then we've got, I believe it's a reprint of a newspaper article saying in 1941 war declared, and then we have some uniforms also from, World War II, right. World War II. And then the gentleman, the young man who is responsible for this display, his parents, one parent was in the Navy and the other was in the Army. And so they have loaned us, this comes off when guests, they've loaned us some of their stuff, which is very nice. And then we just have bits and pieces, and we keep finding things. The war ration books, you know about war ration books, right? Yeah. So we had a whole bunch of those, and we're just making it better all the time. There's going to be some things, Civil War things. We do have some Civil War things. Civil War discharge paper, for instance, and this looks like another one, discharge paper from 1865. So it's kind of cool. And little by we'll be adding more to it.
We're here this evening at the Readfield Historical Society. We're going to be conducting a paranormal investigation, and we have in this bag the audio recorders we're going to use. We have 2 of these small audio recorders. These are Olympus. And we also have 2 of these larger audio recorders, and these are our Zooms. We're going to place them around the room tonight so we can see if we can capture any EVPs.
And I'm holding a bag of balls, toys, and letters. This building was originally used as a schoolhouse, so we're hoping that by putting some of these out, we might get some of the child spirits to interact with us.
So why don't you come along while we place our equipment around the room. I'm going to place one of the small audio recorders on this desk. I'm going to go up to the corner up here. I'm going to place one of the larger audio recorders here in this corner. We'll walk to the other side of the room. I'm going to place one of these smaller audio recorders again in this corner on this desk. I'm going to walk back to this far corner. We're going to put this larger recorder in this corner of the room. We're actually going to put it right here on this gravestone. This is a gravestone that actually had been replaced in a cemetery by a big marble stone, and this slate stone was in the upper story of somebody's barn, and they were cleaning out their barn, and it's a really old stone, so they brought it here to the Historical Society just so they could put it on display and have it preserved.
I just finished setting up some toys. We've got a school bus, some animals, and I spelled out the word cat. This is a part of the schoolhouse where the teacher would have stood with the students facing us from this direction. So hopefully this will catch someone's attention and we'll be able to get some responses. Maybe they'll move something. We'll see what happens. I'm also setting up 2 tennis balls here on the podium, and hopefully if a spirit is strong enough they can move one of these, we'll be able to catch it on tape. Everyone can see.
Hello to anybody who's here in the Readfield Historical Society. We just got here earlier today, had a nice tour, and we decided that we'd like to investigate this location. And by investigate, I mean ghost hunt. We are ZeroLux Paranormal, and we're here to communicate with you. Any spirits that are here who would like to communicate with us, feel free to do so in a non-threatening manner. We'll be nice to meet you. We'd like for you to be nice to us. Tonight, we're just going to ask you some questions, And if you can, and you want to, go ahead and answer us. We have audio recorders around the room and video recorders that can capture your voice. It won't hurt you, it doesn't steal any part of you, it just lets us hear you at a later time. Like, we'll be able to play it back and we'll be able to hear your voice. Okay, so my name's Kat.
I'm Jen.
My name's Tony.
We're with ZeroLux Paranormal. And do you have any questions?
I'm wondering if there are any spirits of any children here with us this evening?
There's a flashlight on the teacher's podium between the two tennis balls. If you turn that flashlight on, we'll take that as a yes response, or as a positive response.
Okay, if you're using the flashlight to answer our questions, thank you very much. Can you please now turn that flashlight off? Okay. Thank you. I'm trying to ask you yes or no questions. So you can use the flashlight to respond to us. If you're a male, can you please turn the flashlight on in the next 8 to 10 seconds?
That's easy.
Okay. So I don't want to just assume that you're a female, but you didn't answer that you were a male, so if you are a female and you can manipulate that flashlight, can you please turn the flashlight on in the next 8 to 10 seconds if you're a female?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 4 seconds, that was very good. Here, footsteps.
Is that in this building?
It sounded like it sounded back there.
And it's still going when we're talking. It sounds like a woman on heels or
Yes,
something.
I did.
Did you hear like a woman humming or something?
I heard that.
I thought I heard it humming too.
Yeah, oh, I heard the motorcycle, because it was in the motorcycle, there was definitely something in this room.
Yeah.
Or back there, yeah, it was definitely to my left. It was like a,
Yes. Thank you.
thank you very much. 4 seconds, that was very good. We want to know more about you. So please tell us what year you were a teacher here.
That was the hallway. You heard that?
Sounded like the stairs. Yeah.
If
Are-
you,
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, are you on the stairs right now?
Did you just make that snapping sound or step sound in the hallway on the stairs? If the answer is yes, please turn on the flashlight within the next 8 to 10 seconds. Turn off the flashlight, please. Please turn off the flashlight within the next 8 to 10 seconds. Thank you. I heard what sounded like 3 different single steps above us. I thought you heard it because you were looking at me at the third one. I think I just heard it again.
I heard something. I can't tell if it's upstairs or outside.
It sounds like very light footsteps.
Yeah. I have a question. If the answer is yes, can you turn the flashlight on within 8 to 10 seconds after I ask it? Do you ever show yourself to people who come here? Are you able to make things physically move? If we ask you to physically move something, could you please try to do it for us? Can you please give us a loud knock or bang on something in a non-threatening way, kind of away from us so that we can hear it? You heard that, right?
I heard a knock, knock, knock.
3 knocks, exactly.
Yep.
Right up here.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna ask that you have the next 5 minutes to do something impressively physical, meaning moving something, making a fairly loud sound so that we can all clearly hear it. You can rattle a door, swing a chandelier, close that door. You can even gently roll or actually knock off the flashlight. Don't throw it, knock it off. Knock some balls off. Knock the toys over. Anything that we can clearly notice that's in this area right here. And then we're going to move on to something else after 5 minutes.
Are there any children here under the age of 10? If so, could you please turn on the light within the next 8 to 10 seconds?
Something's changed. I think somebody just touched me. I think somebody just touched me on the switch board. Something has changed over here.
What do you mean?
It's like I suddenly feel like I'm being watched very intensely.
Are you in this room watching us right now? Can you turn on the flashlight within the next 8 to 10 seconds if you are?
After Jen finished asking her question, there was definitely like a footstep again out there in the other room.
I heard it.
Is there someone upstairs?
That was one chair right there. That's one chair again. I heard that right after you asked the question. My light. Is there more than one spirit out in the hallway right now trying to communicate with us? Can you please shine a flashlight in the next 8 to 10 seconds if the answer is yes? Tony?
Oh, that bang is getting louder and louder. Did you hear it?
I did.
It was like loud. It seemed louder than it was the last few times. Did it seem louder to you, Jen?
It did, yes.
Essentially what's happening now is we've done a bit of an EVP session and we've had some time with this flashlight over here. We've asked the spirits if they're here to make sounds for us, and we've gotten sounds in response to that question. We've given a time. We've given a time limit with which we asked them to do something really obvious. There were some obvious things, but they weren't in this room. We wanted it to be physical movement. That didn't happen. So we're going to move on to a different tool right now. What tool do we want to use next?
Let's use the spirit box.
I think that's a good choice. We're going to use a spirit box next. And we're going to use it for a short period of time, but we're going to see what we can get with the approaches that we're going to use. So let's go get it right now. Right now, Tony's setting up the spirit box with Jen. Or are you just setting it up yourself?
I'm just trying to set up the opposite spirit.
Right now, Tony's setting up the spirit box. We're going to do that. And maybe we'll use some additional tools along with it if we need to. If not, if it's successful, without the extra tools, then we'll just go solo with the spirit box.
Okay, we're about to use the spirit box, and the way that works is it rapidly scans through radio frequencies, and the theory is that the spirits can manipulate the white noise that's generated to communicate.
We're going to try using the spirit box now. We've already turned the speaker on and plugged it in to the spirit box. Now I'm going to turn the spirit box on and get it to start sweeping the channels. Hopefully we can get some interaction with some spirits in here, some further interaction. We've already had some pretty good interaction with the flashlight. Let's trying to hold one of our tools.
I'm gonna put it up so you can see it. Lean it up against. Are there any spirits here with us right now? Please say yes or no.
Yes. Using the flashlight, it said yes.
I'm getting hot with you.
What is the name of the woman that runs this place? That could have been Flo.
Great.
Great. Drake is her last name. That could have been Drake.
Oh, that's exactly right. That makes more sense.
I had goosebumps.
Yeah. Right there with it was a Drake. How many of you are here with us right now?
What was that?
What did that just say? I thought it just said with us. Did it sound like it said with us?
It sounded like two words, but I didn't place it.
How many of you spirits are down here with us, all three of us, right now?
Eight.
That's what I thought I heard too. Did you say 8? If you said yes, can you say it clearer, please? Say yes.
We've been using a spirit box to try and communicate with the spirits in this building. We're going to introduce to the mix an EM pump. And this EM pump works on a range. Starts at a lower frequency, goes up to a higher frequency, and then comes back down to a lower frequency. It just loops like that. So we're going to turn this on and put it over near the spirit box. And the idea behind this is that it helps introduce more EM into the environment and allows the spirits to communicate with us better through the spirit box.
Is there anybody here with us who can speak with us through the spirit box? Six. Can you tell us the name of the oldest of the 6?
Peter.
you hear Peter?
I heard, that's what it sounded like to me.
Did you say Peter? Can you turn on the flashlight within the next 8 to 10 seconds if the answer is yes? Can you just say yes? If the answer is yes, using the spirit box, please.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Bible. Did I just say Bible?
Sounded like it.
Did you think it said Bible? Did you hear Bible?
It sounded like it could have been, yeah?
Did they have religion in school back then? Way back?
I don't know.
Can you tell me the answer to 1 plus?
Please? Did that answer my question?
Are you here with us still? Is there a spirit here who would like to speak with us?
What? I just imagined. We're back. Who's back?
Oh, he said, we're here.
Yeah.
If you're here, can you please tell us again how many of you are here?
Tony?
You hear that phone?
Yeah. Is it back here? Are you beside one of us? Let us know that you're here.
You say human?
What?
You say human?
No, it said something like you are. If we think that you aren't able to use the spirit box to communicate with us, we're going to have to use a different tool. What?
Well, I heard it say something wrong. I couldn't hear that.
Are we talking to a child right now? Kid.
What it sounded like.
Did you go to school down here on the first floor? Can you turn the flashlight off, please? Did you hear that thump?
I did.
Okay, we're going to give you one more minute to speak with us through this spirit box. And then we're going to move on to something else. Unless you say something really impressive. What did it say?
Forward.
No. I'll see. Or I'll say. You say what? What are you doing?
I am holding the oblige 3. That way when it speaks a sound or a word, I can look at the screen to see if it's actually printing the same words you guys think you're hearing.
Okay. We've turned on the oblige for any spirits here who'd like to communicate with us. There's a word database in there that you can access. We don't know how you access it, but you do. That's a dog outside yipping. Can you please use the obelisk to let us know that you are here? Can you say yes? Can you make the obelisk say a word, any word right now? Within the next 8 seconds? Just make it say anything so we know you're trying to access it. Is there something wrong with the obelisk? Why is it saying anything? Is it writing anything?
No, it just says dictionary at the top.
Can you please use your energy to pick a word from that box so that we can hear it and see what you're trying to tell us?
Trying to use the obelisk 3. It's supposed to be way niftier than the obelisk 1 or 2. It is. It looks awesome. It sounds awesome. Now the spirits can only actually do something that's awesome with it. However, it's been on for the last or so and it hasn't said a single thing. Not even one little thing. So we're going to hold our breath. We're going to cross our fingers. We're going to ask another question. If that doesn't work, I don't know what our options are. Here goes.
Can you tell us how old you are?
Do you know what kind of building we're in? Or do you know what this building was used for originally?
Explain what you just did there.
I've just turned on the EM pump, the device we were using to try and more activity with the spirit box. I've now turned it back on to see if we can solicit more responses from the others. Is there a spirit with us who used to teach in this school? This little gadget I have in my hand is supposed to help you communicate with us. Is there a spirit here who used to go to school here? A spirit that attended this school as a child?
What do you like to do for fun?
Like nothing is
I
happening.
know, it's like everything just
I mean,
shut off.
yeah. Very weird. That was me saying weird. Hello? Is there anyone here with us? Can you please give us a non-threatening sign of your presence within the next 1 minute to let us know that you are still here? What do you guys, this is bizarre.
You've been doing a great job communicating with us. All of a sudden it's quiet. Can you try to let us know that you're still here? Move something. Use that box over there to talk to us. Just let us know that you're still here.
You don't have to use just this box. You can make knocking noises for us, or you can speak the answers. If you speak the answer, we'll record your voice, and we'll be able to listen to it later.
I think we should turn that off, because it's doing nothing for us.
Okay, we're going to turn the obelisk off. We're going to try and communicate with you in a different way. Thank you for trying.
That is bizarre that it didn't say a single word that entire time. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm turning.
But I mean, in general, we're getting nothing. Like even the noises.
Yeah, no
the
tapping,
flashlight.
no noises, no flashlight.
It's very thin in here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was exhausted, tired, like right up until we started using the obelisk.
And
Yeah.
I suddenly got tired. You suddenly are awake.
Yeah, I feel wide awake now.
If it is children, it is late at night.
That's interesting. Say that again.
If we were dealing with children, it is late at night. It's possible that they're, not active. Can you make a knock like this?
I first when I heard a knock immediately after you knocked.
I thought I heard the shuffling again, but it's different. Hello?
Can you make a knock like this?
Are you the lady from upstairs?
both children gone to sleep? If the answer is yes, can you please turn on the flashlight within the next 8 to 10 seconds? That's 10. Do you like us being here? If you do, could you turn on the flashlight, please?
This is my chair. Who's upstairs? Who's in the hallway? Who's in this room with us right now?
Is anyone from the Fogg family here with us?
I was in Cameron. I don't know how many seconds that was.
I have another question for you. Can you please turn off the light so I can ask you?
Tony moving.
Can you please turn the flashlight off?
Tony's chair.
I don't know.
You can please turn the flashlight off so we can ask you some more questions. In the next 8 to 10 seconds, please turn the flashlight off. Thank you.
Is the member of the Fogg family that made all those albums over there, are you here with us? Are you here with us now? Can you turn the flashlight on or make a really loud audible sound that's non-threatening that we can all hear within the next 8 to 10 seconds?
That
Okay.
was pretty distinct.
What did you think about that?
That was very loud. It was over here.
No, was that within 8 to 10 seconds?
I wasn't counting, but it seems as though it would have been pretty close to 8 to 10 seconds. Did they come from out there in the entryway?
Yeah. Where did you think the sound just came from?
Definitely out in the hallway.
Would you consider that to be one of the clearest responses that we've gotten tonight?
Absolutely. Very loud, very clear.
Yes. Where did the sound come from your observation, Tony?
From my observation, it came from my right, over there, through that doorway.
So,
somewhere.
to Jen's left.
To Jen's left, yes.
And would you consider that to be one of the most obvious responses that we received tonight?
Yes, it was.
Thank you. And her last name was, the woman that did the albums, her last name was, she was from the Ball family?
Yes.
We've tried several tools to communicate with spirits in the building this evening. The most effective tonight, by far, has been the flashlight. It seemed to know exactly what we wanted to do. It started communicating with us before we actually set down the ground rules. And then once we laid out the ground rules, it continued to communicate pretty efficiently.
What were the ground rules?
The ground rules are, if you want to answer yes, you turn the flashlight on within 8 to 10 seconds. And then, to make sure we know the spirit is actually manipulating the flashlight, we'll ask it to turn the flashlight off again so we can continue communicating within 8 to 10 seconds. In 99.9% of the time, it was doing what we asked it to do. We would also ask it to make some noises on occasion to communicate with us. And it seemed to be doing that pretty readily as well. Some of the other tools we tried to use were not working so well. We tried the spirit box. How'd that work, Jen?
There were a few interesting responses. I'm fairly certain I heard the name Flo Drake, which is the woman, the president of the Readfield Historical Society, the woman who cares for this building. We'll have to review that a little closer, but it definitely sounded like it to me, which is very interesting. But not a ton of responses through that either.
We even tried to emphasize the use of that tool by using the EM pump. That didn't produce any more results than what we were getting prior to turning that on. And then we tried another tool, which Jen brought with her, another one of Jen's tools, and that was the oblige 3. Even with the EM pump running, it still wasn't communicating with us. So asking for audible responses, knocking, tapping, as well as the flashlight seemed to be our most productive tool this evening. What do you think, Jen?
I would agree. We heard a lot of noises from upstairs, in this hallway by the entryway. So that's interesting. Probably the two most interesting pieces of evidence to me were what sounded like footsteps coming from the back corner of the room towards the center. Very clear, all three of us heard it. And when we asked for an audible response towards the end of our session in this hallway, we get a very loud, very clear tapping sound.
And the flashlight did seem to go on and go off at request within the 8 to 10 second parameter that we gave it. So I think all in all, that portion of our investigation was pretty successful.
Great.
So let's, why don't we pick everything up and get headed out and we'll come back tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
Night 1 at the Readfield Historical Society. We are wrapping up right now. It's been a long day preparing and getting ready to do this investigation, and I will say that it was interesting. It kind of ebbed and flowed, and then toward the end not much is happening, so we're wrapping it up right now, but we did have some interesting responses, it seemed like, and then we had some periods where we didn't have anything at all. So we're planning on coming back tomorrow and doing this again. Probably hit the upstairs. It's a nice area up there, and there's more memorabilia from the town up there. It's mostly a school setting up there. It's different, so we'll see what happens. So that's what's going on right now for the next half.